Hey guys, in today's video we are going to see The Day Whis Cried. This story will tell how Whis and Beerus met and how was the coexistence with each other in the beginning. Because both had very different personalities, revealing that Beerus and Whis hated each other. Yes, Beerus and Whis had their disagreements, and it will be these disagreements that we'll see. So grab a bucket of popcorn and your soda and come with me, and of course don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Well, without further ado, let's get started. Thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, in the center of all creation where the supreme being Zeno lived, it was possible to see Daishinkan the high priest together with all his angel children. All were gathered in the place for a reason that affected all the angels and the universes that they were responsible. Daishinkan spoke.
It's good to see you all again, my sons and daughters. You may already be aware that the ancient gods of destruction that you accompanied during the last thousands of years did not do their jobs properly, and because of that their universes were left with a mortal level below that expected level, and so the ZENO-SAMA decided that he should destroy all the current gods of destruction and reset their universes, so that new gods of destruction would be chosen, and these gods of destruction would have an obligation to do what the ones that were old didn't do, which would be to raise the mortal level of their universes and leave them at a level that would please ZENO-SAMA, said the high priest while looking at all his sons, who were looking at him waiting for his orders.
Margarita said, "But father, if all the universes are going to be reset like you said, how are we going to choose the new gods of destruction? Because with this reset all mortals will be extremely weak again, and none of them will be able to withstand the power of destruction that all gods of destruction possess," said the angel responsible for the 11th universe, who, like her brothers and sisters, was with the same question in mind. The Daishinkan said,
"Simple, my daughter. This time it won't be you who will choose who will be the next gods of destruction, but me. As ZENO-SAMA thought it would be more prudent for me to choose the next gods of destruction myself, just in case, and also to ensure that the gods of destruction who I choose will do their job. At least the current gods of destruction are better than the old gods of destruction. Well, it's not like that's a very difficult thing to happen," said the high priest while looking at all his sons and daughters who were listening to his words.
Awamo spoke.
"I see. I just hope that the individual who is selected as my new god of destruction will not be similar to the old one, because otherwise the mortal level of my universe will not be so much better than with the old god of destruction," spoke the angel representing the first universe. This chubby angel placed one of his hands on his cheek as he remembered the deception that was the former god of destruction of his universe.
Kusu spoke.
"Father, what will happen to the gods of destruction who fail to fulfill their duties as gods of destruction?
And not only that, what will happen to the angels who are working with these gods of destruction? After all, I want to be aware and know what I should do to ensure that I won't be punished because of my new god of destruction's lack of professionalism," said the 10th universe angel, who was staring at the Daishinkan with a certain touch of irritation. After all, the last god of destruction that Kusu served was useless, and she doesn't want to be punished because of someone else. The Daishinkan spoke.
"There's no need to worry about that, my daughter. If any god of destruction does not fulfill its function properly, it will be replaced immediately, and the angel of the respective universe will choose this substitute. But if the god of destruction in question has already chosen its substitute, and the angel thinks that he will be a good substitute, he will inherit the position of god of destruction, and he will have to be trained by the angel in question. But don't worry, because no angel will be punished unless they have not fulfilled their duties as an angel," spoke the high priest looking at all his sons and daughters, who sighed in relief knowing that they wouldn't be punished if their new gods of destruction didn't do their job properly. Martinu said, "Good thing. After all, I don't want to be punished because of someone else."
"Father, could you tell us what will happen to the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th universe? You said before that because of some things, these universes would be punished. And along with them, some of our brothers and sisters who lived in these universes as well. None of our brothers and sisters who represent these universes are here with us. So I assume that you and ZENO-SAMA must have already reached a verdict on this matter. So could you tell us what happened to our brothers and sisters from these universes?" asked the angel responsible for the 12th universe while looking with a certain touch of curiosity around her. The angel saw that her other brothers and sisters were not in that place, and as soon as the angel finished speaking, all the angels paid attention to Daishinkan because they were also curious about that, and the Daishinkan spoke.
About your other brothers and sisters who are not present here at this time, they were removed from their positions as angels as their universes were completely erased, and with that they no longer needed to work as teachers and guides of the gods of destruction,
spoke the high priest looking at his children, who were surprised by the news that the 6 universes would be erased. But at the same time, the angels who were there were relieved to know that their brothers and sisters were fine, and some were even jealous upon learning that they would no longer need to work with the gods of destruction. Whis said,
"And what will happen to the other angels, my father, since they've been relieved of their jobs and are going to help you by serving ZENO-SAMA, or are they going to do something else?"
asked the angel responsible for the 7th universe, looking at his father, who thought a little before answering his son's question. The Daishinkan spoke.
There's no need to worry about your brothers and sisters, as they are all safe and well. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with them, but I guarantee that nothing bad will happen to your brothers, and whatever you want, you can talk to them using your staffs of angels,
said the high priest while looking at his son, who just sighed in relief, just like some of the other angels who were worried about their brothers and sisters. Others didn't care much about them. Korn said,
"Father, tell us, have you already chosen that these new gods of destruction? And if you have already chosen, which universe each one of them will go to?" asked the angel responsible for the 8th universe.
Daishinkan said,
I'm glad you reminded me of that, my son. But to answer your question, yes, I've already chosen the new gods of destruction. And I've already decided which angel will train each one of them, so that they can be the true gods of destruction. So far, I have only chosen these gods of destruction for their potential to become gods, so each of them will have to be trained by you. And you will also have to get along with the new gods of destruction. You angels will have to adapt the personality of each one of them. And I say that maybe the personality of some of them doesn't please you, my children, but nothing that time can't solve,
spoke the high priest while looking at all his children. Some of them were already anxious to know what the new ones were, like gods of destruction, and the angels would have to live with for that day on. But some of them didn't want to know anything about that because they didn't want to train anyone, much less serve as a guide for them. Zeno said,
"High Priest, I think it's time to show the new gods of destruction you chose, and I also want to see them since I still haven't been able to see who they are,"
said the Supreme God when he arrived at the place. And as always, followed by his guardians, and when the angels saw ZENO-SAMA, they knelt down out of respect for the Supreme God of all creation. Daishinkan spoke.
If that's what you want, ZENO-SAMA, then I'll bring out the new gods of destruction right now,
said the high priest before closing his eyes, and soon after 12 pillars of energy appeared, and when they disappeared it was possible to see 12 beings with different appearances, less 2 that seemed to be twin brothers as well as Whis and Vados. The Daishinkan spoke.
These are the new gods of destruction, and all of them are already in order. So my sons and daughters, the beings that are on the same line as you will be the ones that you will train and guide from today.
The high priest spoke while looking at the 12 beings that were in front of his sons and daughters. Zeno spoke.
"So these are the new gods of destruction? Some of them don't seem to be that powerful,"
said the Supreme Being while looking at the 12 beings that were looking at ZENO-SAMA at that moment. Some of them didn't like Zeno's comments, but none of them opened their mouths to say anything, because even if the new ones, gods of destruction, were weak, they felt Zeno's power, and knew that among all the beings in that place, Zeno was the most powerful. The Daishinkan spoke.
The new gods of destruction are weak now because they haven't fully become gods of destruction yet, ZENO-SAMA. But when they are properly trained and have full control over the power of destruction, you will see that they deserve the title of new gods of destruction. Now that everything has been said, it's time for each of you to go to your universes and begin the training of your respective gods of destruction. I bid you all farewell, my sons and daughters. Have a good training and don't disappoint me,
said the high priest looking at all his sons and daughters who approached their respective gods of destruction. And then all disappeared from that place, leaving only the high priest together with Zeno and his guardians. With that, we will end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys.